Welcome to SpeedyPodz episode 44.
Hey.
So imagine spending, billions to build this completely autonomous AI to replace your human workforce.
Right, the dream.
Yeah, the dream. Only to realize you have to spend $1 billion more just to hire humans back to, well, babysit it. Today, we're exploring this massive collision between bleeding-edge AI releases, strict government restrictions, and the honestly messy reality of trying to make AI work in the real world for you.
Yeah, the tension right now is, it's just incredible. The tech is accelerating at this unprecedented rate, but then you have these physical and regulatory guardrails suddenly slamming on the brakes.
It's forcing a massive shift, right? I mean, look at Anthropic's Fable 5. They pulled it over security concerns, and now it's back globally, but users are saying it feels, completely nerfed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The debugging benchmark score, it plummeted from an 86.2 all the way down to a 25.9.
Wow, 25.9. That is brutal.
Yeah.
And over at OpenAI, they've technically launched their new GPT 5.6 models.
Sol, Terra, and Luna, yeah.
Right. But they're locked behind government security delays.
Yeah.
So they're limited only to a few trusted partners. For you listening, it's basically like buying a multi-million-dollar hypercar, but the government mandates it can't go over 30 miles per hour.
That is the perfect analogy. And the mechanism driving this is, well, it's essentially a guardrail tax. To satisfy these cybersecurity concerns, companies are layering incredibly strict classifiers over their models.
To block dangerous requests, obviously.
Exactly, but they inevitably catch, benign coding and debugging tasks in the crossfire, which severely degrades the day-to-day utility of the model.
And the pressure from that tax is spilling into politics now.
Yeah.
Just reporting impartially on the news here. But their reports OpenAI floated giving a 5% stake, which is worth about $42.6 billion, to the Trump administration just to ease regulatory tensions.
Which just highlights the immense pressure these labs are under. Critics, like Bill Gurley, they're pointing out this major contradiction. Why can't systems that are supposedly nearing artificial general intelligence natively detect their own security threats without government intervention?
That's a fair point. Meanwhile, you've got investors like Brad Gerstner warning that heavy export and access restrictions could just stall U.S. AI progress entirely.
Yeah, and all this volatility is even causing OpenAI to rethink their IPO timeline. They're potentially pushing it out to 2027 now.
So we're stuck in this massive traffic jam of regulation. And if I'm an investor or developer, I'm not waiting for it to clear right. I'm looking for a detour.
Oh, 100%. And that detour is being forced by a hard ceiling on raw compute. I mean, compute is so scarce right now that Meta's internal projects are delayed just because Google capped their server access.
Wait, really? Google capped them?
Yeah, they had to. So because you can't rely on infinite compute, the market is shifting toward radical efficiency. We're seeing a rapid rise in cheaper, smarter tools.
Like Claude Sonnet 5.
Exactly. Getting near Opus performance for a fraction of the cost. Or Google's Gemini Omni Flash accelerating video generation by simply doing more with less.
And developers want to rely less on those bottlenecked cloud servers anyway, so they're redesigning how we interact with AI locally. Cursor just dropped an iOS app to manage coding agents right from your iPhone.
And don't forget the hardware. SpaceX reportedly showed investors an AI phone prototype.
Though Musk did deny that on X, to be fair.
Right, he did. But OpenAI is also teasing a new physical macro pad specifically for codecs.
Which means evaluating these highly specialized tools is now its own massive industry. A company called Arena built a $100 million business ranking models using, honestly, the most quirky tests.
Yeah, like seeing which AI is best at drawing SVG images of Gary Busey.
Wait, drawing Gary Busey. And to be clear for you listening, an SVG image is basically using pure math and code to draw a picture, so it's not an art test.
No, it's a hardcore coding and spatial reasoning test. It's a brilliant proxy to measure true capability when standard benchmarks are, being thrown off by those regulatory guardrails we mentioned earlier.
Right. So we're building cheaper models, putting them on phones, testing their math art skills on Gary Busey, but the real-world ROI is facing a harsh reality check.
A very harsh one. California just partnered with Anthropic to integrate AI into government systems, but it turns out buying the software just isn't enough.
No, it's not. I mean, AWS is spending $1 billion to physically deploy human engineers inside of companies just to make the AI work. Wait, I have to push back here.
Go for it.
We spent billions to build autonomous AI to replace human jobs just to realize we need $1 billion human workforce to babysit it.
I know. It is the ultimate irony of this current tech cycle. The reality of enterprise AI is that it fundamentally lacks human judgment and, well, institutional knowledge.
Right, like an AI can generate code or write a draft, but it doesn't know the unwritten rules of a specific company's culture.
Exactly, or exactly how a tricky client prefers to be communicated with. It just lacks that context.
Which explains this incredible statistic. 55% of AI-related layoffs are now being viewed as mistakes.
Which is staggering. Companies like Ford and Klarna, they're actively rehiring humans because the models are just powerful engines. They desperately need human steering for that final stretch.
Yeah, that last mile of any complex task will always require human oversight.
Absolutely.
So if frontier models are increasingly capped by regulation and major corporations realize they still need human judgment, it makes you wonder, are our schools and universities training the next generation to be raw coders, or should they be teaching them to be AI managers? Because if human chaperones are the true winners of this cycle, mastering that human-AI interface is where the trillion-dollar bounty actually lies. Something for you to think about. Thanks for watching SpeedyPodz. We'll catch you in the next one.